Welcome to Jimosi podcast. So the sad news that happened today is the plane crash that happened at Luri, and it killed 14 people. And this happened to a plane that was taking off from Yei in central Equatoria, coming to Juba, and the plane left Yei at 9:15 local time, and then 28 minutes later, which is at 9:43 a.m., the plane crash happened at a place called Luri, an outskirt of Juba, approximately between 20 to 21 kilometers. So this guy was just like 5 minutes away from reaching Juba, and that's when they had a plane crash. The plane itself, or that aeroplane, belonged to the CityLink Aviation Limited. That's the company that own it. And and among the 14 people, two of them were Kenyans and 12 of them were South Sudanese. Among the two Kenyans, one was a passenger and one was the pilot or the captain. I'm not going to mention their name. I will not mention their name because their families might have not heard about them. So I'll not do it here on the Jimosi podcast. And then also the list of the 14, all of them, for some reasons, confidentiality with the South Sudanese is not observed always. It was published online. So for that reason, because it is already online, I'm going to put it as an overlay in this video, and then we go from there. But I will not read out their names. So that's what happened. And as per what people were saying, is that the cause of the plane crash is due to bad weather or poor visibility, and which is correct, because if you have seen some news about or some videos about Juba as of today, you will see that it was actually raining in Juba. And when it is raining, there will be too much cloud, and too much cloud will reduce the visibility for these pilot guys. And for some reason, this aeroplane wasn't flying at a high altitude. For some reason, it was flowing high, and that's how it ended up colliding with one of we call them mountains. It might just be a hills, but for now we'll call them mountains. One of the mountains that is around Luri. Because if it's just like the same with the people that drive. When you're driving, sometimes you will not be able to see where you are going, maybe, and then you will just be wiping your windshield every now and then just to open that visibility. But maybe it was too much, and the cloud, the mist, and everything were all combined to the point that pilot maybe didn't even know where he was going, so he just ended up colliding with that mountain, and that's how their death happened. It is one of the sad story. But for some of you that do not know, flying, or using airplane, is one of the safest mode of transport. And the reason why it is said it is one of the safest is the safest and the fastest, because accidents do not happen regularly. But when they do happen, survivors don't happen. Rarely will you see survivors. 99.9%, most people will be gone like that. But when it comes to the road accidents, because it happened to 1 to 2, 3 buses or 1 to 2 cars happening, it doesn't get reported that much. But if you were to take the statistics of the car accidents that are happening in every country, you will see that car accident kill more people very often. But because it happened to 2 to 3 family members or to one person, to such kind of people, the impact is not that big. But when an airplane happen, most of these airplanes are not owned by families. They are owned by companies, and most of the time it will have different passengers that are traveling to wherever they are going. So it will touch a lot of families, and that's the unfortunate part when it comes to flying. And when the accidents do happen, they make news headline everywhere in this world. I'm so sorry for the people that have departed the world so early. May their soul rest in peace. And after the plane crash and the names were published, there were, how do you call it? People were able to identify a few people here and there, and they were able to mention their names. And I'm just going to mention people that have already been mentioned with their photos attached and see what they were. So one of the first people that I saw in the morning was a woman called Mama Hawa. Mama Hawa, when she was posted, there were a lot of people that were saying RIP to her. So it seemed like she was somebody that was well known in Ye and part of Juba. She was a prominent person. As for me, I really don't know if she was a church elder, if she was a church person, or if she was a community person, or she was a somebody that worked with a big organization that have supported the community. I really don't know her, how do you call it, her status as of now, but she's somebody that's well known by a lot of people. Another person that passed away is a young lady by the name Viviana Nandege. Viviana Nandege is a radio presenter in Ye, and you guys might have seen her photos. She was a vibrant young lady growing her career, but the death came suddenly, knocking on our door, and that's how she left us. One of people was also a pastor because a photo of him preaching in church was also posted. I don't know the name of this pastor because most people didn't put his name, but it's one of the people that was among the 14 people that died at the plane crash. Another person that has passed away is brother to one of South Sudanese musician by the name Woja. Woja is a musician. His younger brother, or his brother, I'm not going to say it younger or older, his brother was among the 14 people. And he's also among the people that have left. And one of the other people that I saw that was posted by one of these NGOs called Harvest something. It is an organization that take care of the orphans, but it seemed like the owners are from US. Some two white old couple that own that facility. So they posted one of the beneficiaries, or one of their sons, called Emmanuel Guya Allison. Emmanuel Guya Allison, if you go to the Harvest, I don't know why I keep forgetting the full name, but it starts with Harvest. It's an orphanage in Ye. If you go to their page, this young man Emmanuel, they took him when he was a young boy, let's say around 8 to 9 years old. That when they adopted him, and Emmanuel Guya grew with them to the point that he finished his primary school, he finished his high school under their care, and he even graduated from university under their care. And he was now working with the same organization, the Harvest. And unfortunately, he was among the people that just died. Uh, this is the sad reality of life, that things will just happen like when we don't expect it. And it's so unfortunate. I feel bad for the family members, for the relatives, and for the people that have left us. And if you guys look, there's a video that I was seeing, but I'm going to attach the video of the plane itself burning. But this one that I'm going to attach is a little bit okay. It's not that bad. But there was another one that I saw on TikTok was really bad. Because I saw somebody actually burning. They're already dead, but the plane is still burning. And the people that went there, the first respondents, because they were not rescuing anything, they were just there doing their own thing, right? And this is the fragility of life that we don't think of it sometimes. It was a sad day for some people, but for some of the people that went there, if you look at them, they don't know the people that actually had crashed. They don't know them. So there's no that emotion attached to the people that had passed away. So we're just doing their own thing. And this is why in this life, somebody will die today, but somebody else, somewhere else, will be laughing and enjoying their life. And this other person here, the relatives or the friends, will be so sad, so worried, and so devastated by what has happened, the death of their friends, the family, and whatever. But a group of other people will be somewhere else, happy as if nothing has happened. And this is the reality of life. Sometimes others will be sad and others will be happy. And the only time that it becomes bad is when some people are happy when they know the person that has departed. But when they don't know who has actually died, it's none of their business. They can continue with their life to be happy and do other things. And that's life. The other bad thing about life, or the realities of life that we have to come to, is to know that at the end of the day, let's say, it's something that we don't think about every day, but in 100 years from now, 99% of us will all be gone. The young and the old will all be gone. But it's not like we're going to wait for those 99 years and then we all go. No. Within those 99 years, each of us will be living at their own time, at their own time. And the thing with death is that most of the time, we don't know when it is coming. We don't know when it is coming. Especially like when you don't have a terminal illness, you will not know that it's coming. One day you just wake up doing your own things, and then all of a sudden, something that you didn't expect, thing happen and you are gone. For example, like these 14 individuals, they were coming from Yei. Maybe they had something that they had planned to do in Juba. They had even contacted some of their friends. Maybe some of them were coming from a vacation or from a weekend where they were now returning to the city to resume after 2 days off where they went to check something. And they might have even talked with some people and say, hey, today in the evening, because by 10 a.m. I will be at Juba International Airport, and then later in the day, we'll go and do this, we'll go to this place in Juba, we'll go and enjoy ourselves, we'll go do this, a lot of things. So they might have planned their day, but they didn't know that such unfortunate thing will happen to them. And it happened. And this is where things are bad. But anyway, on a lighter note, like coming now to the plane themselves. As of now, it has not been said the cause of the crash is due to the plane itself being an old one, but it's due to the poor visibility. That's what is being delayed now. But if we look at some of the planes that operate in this country, they're not airworthy, or they're not worthy for people to use as a air transport. We have seen some people complaining that sometimes cargo planes that are used for carrying luggages, people sit on them on the ground and then they call them planes. And it carry people around and we just move our day. Sometimes they are overloaded. And this is like what the Director General, IEA, was saying the other time, that there are a lot of safety issues at Juba International Airport or within the South Sudan Aviation that need to be fixed. Of which, personally, I felt like those safety issues were not related to the person that they were trying to address, that the general idea of the whole country. Because we try to tie down to one individual, then the person that was being mentioned in that letter didn't have anything to do with the safety of the aviation industry itself in South Sudan. So it's something that starts from the top there. But this idea of having all planes are everywhere in South Sudan. If you have not used them, then this is why you will be wondering, what kind of things are people doing here? Because we have seen videos on the internet of people pushing the airplane, like the way that, oh, these are South Sudanese issues, man. Back in the days, how do you call it? Yeah, back in the days, early 90s, 2000, 2001, where we were, that is, I will say Mugali and Bor, like there's some cars that will have to be pushed for some time, and then you have to push it for it to run, for the engine to turn on. The same thing I've seen being used for the plane. That plane are being pushed for the engine to turn on. And this is what people are going to use to fly. If it is in a country where we have options of what to do, then if you see a plane like that, you will not use it. But when we weigh our options that are available, you know there are some places that you cannot come direct to wherever you are going without the issue of insecurity being mentioned. If you think of using road, you see that you like somebody will shoot you on the way and then you will die. If you use the plane, yeah, it's safe to just land at Juba International Airport, but using an old plane is the bad thing. You end up like in a wrong plane. And one of the funny story about this airline, I don't know like if a lot of people know about it, but it is in the public limelight. And somebody was giving an example. I think she's called Pony Abram. She said that one time she was using the plane and and the only seats that was there for her to sit on was the seat next to the pilot for the co-pilot. So that's like the pilot sit here, and then next to the pilot in the cockpit, passengers are sitting there. And she went and sat there. But for some reason, corruption always want to happen in this country. Somebody came and say, hey, there's somebody that has come that is going to use this co-pilot seats. So you have to go to the back, maybe sit on ground and something like that. And she refused and say, no, I'm not going to the back. If you guys do that, I will make a live video about your company. And if I make a live video, it won't be good for your company. And that's how she was left to sit with the pilot at the cockpit. And then they flew like that. And one person actually said that at one time, this plane was leaving Juba International Airport and it was not full. One person was missing. So they had to go to Kajokeji to go and pick one of passengers. So they flew from Juba to Kajokeji, go pick one passenger, then they proceed to wherever they were going. I will assume they were going to Ye. So when they went to Kajokeji, they found that 3 people were waiting. And what seat is remaining in the plane? Only one. Do you think they left the other 2? No. The 3 all entered the plane. So one had to sit and others had to sit on the ground. So these are some of the things that happen in our country. They are not good, they are very bad. And I remember there was a friend, this is a personal story. There was a friend of ours that actually went to South Sudan at one point and came back and said he had seen some business opportunity, especially in the hair industry, in aviation industry. And he talked to us of how we can maybe contribute money, look for money, and then maybe buy an old plane and then be using it to fly people around and then get our money back as soon as possible. Personally, I was against it because I had seen plane crash happening, and especially what happened during that time was the plane crash of the Ethiopian airline that killed around 150 something people. And I was like, for us to afford, like we were not a lot of people, like 5 to 6 people, for us to afford a good plane, it will take ages for us. And if we are going to get a used one, then it's going to be not safe for other people. As much as we want to make money, at what expense? If people die because of something that you call part of your business, if they die, as much as you will not feel them because they're not your relatives and whatever, but you still be thinking of a human being that have lost their life. So we look at the safeties and how that aviation industry has not that developed that much. Like, no, we can look for something else to invest in, and that's how that investment opportunity die. As for me, like I will never say that I miss an investment opportunity. To me, it was not the best because you are risking other people's lives for quick bucks or for quick money. The other thing that you can do that are less risky, and then you go from there. So that what has happened. May the people that have departed The earth rest in peace, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.